What's up, Clipper fans? Michael Matthew here and my guy Beef. We are Full Clip Clippers Unleashed here inside of the Intuit Dome. Finally, the team was away for 8 games. They haven't played in this building since February 13th, and those 8 games didn't go as planned.
Yeah.
The Clippers finished 2-6 on their road trip, dealing with a bunch of injuries. Ben Simmons is out tonight. No Norman Powell, Derrick Jones Jr., and of course Kawhi is sitting the second game of a back-to-back. They started off in the 6th seed when it was February 13th. Now they're the 9th seed, only 3 games ahead of the team that's in 11th. Beef, what's going on with this Clipper team and how could they turn it around tonight against the Detroit Pistons?
Man, against the Detroit Pistons, a team that's young, that's going to play fast. They got to play defense. They got to play half-court defense. Stop the ball and make the hoops when you get a chance to make the hoops. Outside of that, when it comes to the inconsistency of our stars, it just happens, right? James Harden's an older player. That fatigue is starting to set in. You know James Harden's not going to come out the game.
Yeah.
But when your teammate, you see your teammate is taking on a heavy load, it's upon everyone else to step up and take that load off of James Harden. Make it easier for him. Be more assertive in what you're doing. But when you have players in and out of the lineup, like Kawhi, of course we know Norm, he came back. Now his hamstring is hurt, so it's not necessarily on Norm's fault. But when you have inconsistency between Kawhi, Ben Simmons, and other things like that, it's going to be a heavy load.
And, you know, speaking of that heavy load, a guy that I think that they should lean more on, who had 35 points last night, 10 rebounds, who's been playing some solid basketball, Vika Zubac. He's been able to do some good things. What do you expect to see from him tonight? Because with no Norm, with no Kawhi, you have to have a big game from him tonight for the Clippers to get back to their winning ways.
Definitely. I do expect Zoo to have a big game, but remember, they're going to focus on Zoo tonight in regards to it. Those big men that Detroit have, Stewart, big bullies, right? It's what Detroit is all about, right? Detroit haven't been good unless they bully you around.
Yeah.
So Zoo's going to have a tough time. So what does that do? That makes pressure easy on Amir Coffey. Other players, Chris Dunn, you have to become slashers and make your shots, because if you make those shots, then it make the inside available again for Zoo, and Zoo can go ahead and dominate.
And with this Clipper team, we were raving earlier in the year, defense, 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 right? They were a top 2 defense. It seems like the defense is kind of struggling. What do you associate that with, Beef? Is it the injuries? Is it just maybe guys are winded because guys are sitting games and they have to play so many minutes to where it's becoming a little tougher? What is the cause for the defense dropping off the way that it has?
It's going to have to do with some players coming in, Bogey. It's going to come with different rotations. You got to find the right combination again to make that defensive orientate. And again, you just got to really press on these new players to step up, right? Bogey, he's been shooting the 3-ball, high to cold a little bit, but he's got to be more consistent. Nico's come in. He's a technician guy, which he does his fine-tuning in between. But he has to be a bigger, intricate part in this Clippers team for this team to be successful. Because again, when Kawhi is here, he's hooping. When he's not here, it's a big droppage. So with that taking place, you're going to have up and down nights all the way around. And James Harden, I'm going to say it. A lot of people want to say it. He's tired.
No, he's gassed. It's tough. I was able to talk to Coach during the presser and say, hey, Coach, what's the psyche of this team? You know, they go from being so high before the All-Star break, and now with that 2-6 road trip, and he's like, hey, guys just have to figure it out. We still got 20 plus more games left. We have to get it together. Who are you looking forward to step up tonight with this game, with this young Detroit Pistons team? Because they said the psyche is okay, and that has to trickle down to even the last guy on the roster. Who you expect to emerge tonight to help this team pick up a victory versus the tough Pistons?
With the team being so short tonight,
I
expect Bogey to have a big night.
Okay.
Because you need scoring. And Bogey can definitely provide that scoring being in that unit. So definitely Bogey coming in, making his shots, making some threes, and just making it hard, running off the screen, being kind of like a international Steph Curry, if you call it.
And when it comes to James Harden, we've been mentioning him, all pregame. He has to be more efficient offensively. He's shooting around like 35, 37% from the field. It's not good enough, especially with this team being without so many players these last few games. He has to pick it up. They have to play better. It's going to be a good one tonight, Clipper Nation. Hopefully the Clippers can bounce back. For myself, my guy B, we'll see you after the game, hopefully talking about a Clippers victory.
Let's go.
Michael Matthew here, Full Clip Clippers Unleashed. As you can see, we are here at the Clip Shop where we are here. Tammy's inside. She's in there looking for some of that new hot gear, the Clipper City Edition 23-24 season. It's really dope. I can't wait for you guys to check it out. Let's go inside with Tammy and see what she has.
All right, Clippers fans, the 2024-25 City Edition gear has dropped for the LA Clippers. They have all kind of cool sweatsuits. I really, really like this one. It looks cozy. I love the puffy print. They've got hoodies. They've got jackets. They have jerseys. They have tote bags, hats. They have everything that you need for the 2024-2025 City Edition. Grab it before it's gone. I'm thinking about getting something myself. What do you think I would look like in this? Who knows?
Clipper Nation.
Everybody ready? Come on, let's go.
what's up, Clipper Nation? We just saw the Clippers pick up a big-time win, ending their 3-game losing streak, 123-115 over the Detroit Pistons. I am Michael Matthew with my guy Beef here. We're Full Clip Clippers Unleashed. We saw the big 5-0, and I ain't talking about 50 Cent. I'm talking about James Harden, who went crazy. 50 points tonight, 23 in the first quarter, 28 in the first half. He went nuclear, Beef. Let's talk about this performance. What did you see from James Harden in this big-time win for the Clippers?
I would say, I don't know, a few James Harden performances with the Clippers, right? This one was nice to see. Not only did he score 50, his 50 was very persistent and precise in how he was orchestrating this 50 ball. It wasn't just jacking up the ball and closing his eyes. He actually was picking the Pistons apart piece by piece, even though the Pistons defense was very stellar.
Yeah. He looked like old James Harden. It's crazy that he hasn't scored 50 points since 2019, a guy who can be so explosive. But I know his role has changed as he's gotten older. Yeah. He's 35, 36 years old, but a big-time performance for him. But he didn't do it alone. Zubac with his 6th straight double-double tonight, 20 and 10 for Zoo. What did you see from Zoo? Because it looked like they was trying to make sure he got his touches tonight.
Definitely. Zoo just been dominant, consistent all season.
Yes.
Zoo has basically been an Iron Man on this team, something like DeAndre Jordan was before. He just shows up every day, does his job, and actually being more aggressive on the post. When he gets the ball, he's actually backing them down, throwing his little baby hook, and also making a floater at the free throw line.
Yeah. He's playing solid basketball to follow up 35 and 10 against Phoenix in a loss with 20 and 10 in a win. Big time for him. We got to keep showing love. Bogey Bogdanovic was able to score 19 to 20 points, making some big time shots there late. 2 big threes that Coach Lou talked about. What was your thoughts on what we saw from Bogey tonight?
Bogey's just getting into the groove of things, right? Some nights Bogey, we don't know if Bogey's gonna show up, but then tonight, this night and last night, the previous night, in regards to the Phoenix Suns, he definitely showed up. So Bogey he's getting into the flow of things as he's starting to operate as a starter, and we need for him to do this as he comes off the bench when that rotation comes back.
And don't just hear from us. You know we got you covered. We got Coach. We got a couple players in the locker room. So check them out with the post-game presser.
Ty, after last night and then turning the page 24 hours later to tonight, is that kind of all the beauty of the NBA is no matter what happened the previous night, you can always get it back the night after?
You have an opportunity to get it back. I don't mean you're going to get it back. But like I said, by giving away a game last night and having the resilience to come back tonight, on a tough back-to-back against a team that's, really well coached, been playing at a high level, and being shorthanded to come back and get a win like this just says a lot about our team, And it was good to be back home in front of our fans, and being back into it, was good for us, after 8 straight road games. And so tonight was a really big win for us. I thought we got contributions from, every guy that played tonight, and so we needed that.
Ty, have you had any recent conversation with James about his shooting, and what was it like to see him have a performance like this tonight?
Well, I talked to James, after every game, every night, for the most part, and just figuring out ways to, get better and, what we need him to do and, things like that. But to see him, come out and score 50 on a back-to-back, at the age of 35 just says a lot about him, and competing every night and, playing 38 minutes again on the back-to-back, but we needed every bit of it. And so, like I said, everybody that, played the game tonight contributed, and we needed every bit of it.
Ty, can you talk about, as far as an impressive win tonight with the President Obama in the house? What did that mean to you?
I mean, that makes it a lot sweeter. Having President Obama coming to the game, when Mr. Obama told me that, last week, very excited. And so a young kid come from Mexico, Missouri to having a president, know you on a first-name basis really feels really good. I've come a long way. And so someone you look up to, you idolize, and meant a lot to our country, when he was in office and still does to this day. And you see the ovation he got tonight when they showed him on the Jumbotron.
And, Coach, when you said last night that you wanted your team to play through the game and play the right way, when Detroit went up midway to the fourth, it kind of felt like maybe here we go again. But your guys were able to come in, withstand that run that they had, and finish the rest of the way. What does it say about your team moving forward and how you guys can grow from this?
Yeah, I mean, that we can do it. We just can't get frustrated, when teams make runs because they're good teams in this league. You know, we just got to get tougher when a game gets tougher. And I thought tonight we was able to do that. Like you said, they made a strong run. They're a good team. They've been playing very well. And to withstand that run and come out with a win, that was huge for us. But that's what our mindset has to be every single time. When a game gets tougher, we got to get tougher. And so we did that tonight.
Ty, if the president's going to be here and resulting in James scoring 50, could you guys get that to happen a little more often?
Get him here for 20 more games.
20 more games? Okay. Talk to him about that.
Yeah.
But just James in general, I mean, I had the rough second half yesterday. Did it look like he came out trying to set the tone? I think he had 23 of your first 30 or something, 28?
Yeah, he had 23 in the first quarter. You know, I thought but he was more direct. You know, it was like, getting right into his shots, getting to his spots, not over-dribbling, just getting to his spots. And so when he's making his step-back three, of course he can get to the free throw line, he can get to the basket. But when he's making his three, it's a tough cover, And so tonight, starting the game off, I thought we really did some great things defensively. I think they had 12 points with like 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Second unit, we just got to get better with that group defensively, like understanding what we're trying to do. But it's a young unit, a young group, and we need them guys just to play hard, just compete. They're going to make some mistakes, and we understand that. But James set the tone early, like with his offense for sure.
Coach, Bogey was able to make some big shots for you guys there in the fourth quarter. Just what's your thoughts on, his performance tonight, and how has he adjusted, with the team after the trade deadline?
Yeah, I mean, his performance last night was really good. We only got him one shot in that second half, but be able to handle the basketball, I think take some pressure off of James, be able to run pick and roll, make plays, get to his spots, and then he made 2 big threes down the stretch. So he just getting more and more comfortable, trying to understand the offense, where his shots are going to come from. And like I said, the last 2 games he's been really good.
So you mentioned decisiveness when it comes to James. Like, what's the key to him, like, consistently maintaining that? Like, what did you see early and late and often in this game that you want to see carry over consistently this month?
No, I just thought he was more poised. Took the defense gives him, and there are times, like I said, when we have Kawhi and Norm on the floor, your shots don't come the same. And I thought he was more relaxed tonight, understanding that we're going to need scoring, we're going to need him to be aggressive, and he was able to do that. And so to be able to score 50, on a back-to-back at his age, just shows you a lot about his game.
Do you feel like that was like the case even really for the entire offense? I mean, Zoo still got his shots, Bogey still got his. It wasn't like a democracy tonight. Like, your best players got a majority of your shots tonight.
Yeah. I mean, the game usually dictates who's going to get the shots, if you're playing the game the right way. And like I said, KD made 2 big threes down the stretch, with the ball finding him. But, just playing through the game, just picking your spots, understanding, what we're trying to do and how we're trying to attack. And I thought we did a better job with that tonight.
Coach, how consistent has Zoo been this year? I mean, every night he seems to step up.
Yeah, he's been really consistent. I think just the trust from our coaching staff and from our players just to be able to post him, to slow the game down, when, we're taking some bad shots or turning the basketball over. He kind of gives us a common presence, on that block and being able to score. Sometimes teams are double teaming him, which allows us to get, open shots on the backside. And so he's been really good, getting better every single year.
Every game counts. So thought we played well enough last game. We just gave up too many transition points last night, and tonight we wanted to make a conscious effort of doing that. And I think the most important thing is win the game. And that we had a lot of guys out. We just got to be a little more aggressive in scoring and making plays.
You brought the nosebleed back. We ain't seen that in a minute. What was your favorite part besides the win, obviously? What was your favorite part of just being out there?
The win. Being back at home. I feel like we ain't been at home in a few weeks.
How much energy does it take to score 50 like that? Does it take a lot out of you?
No. I mean, I can do it, so it's like not my first time. So for somebody who's done it probably their first time, it takes a lot of energy. But for me, it's just understanding the game. What's the game within the game?
President Obama was in attendance tonight.
I wanted my pick with with Prezi after the game, and he left. I guess he wanted to beat traffic, but we got a pretty cool relationship, and we met a few times, so it's pretty cool to see him at the game. It was probably the reason why I played so well.
I saw before the game you posted about Sylvester Turner.
Yeah.
And what
relationship was tight, man. We grown since I've been in Houston. He did a lot of great things for the community, for the city. We partnered up to make that community, that city better. Donations and just giving back. He's obviously he was doing it in more depth, but we had conversations and meetings about it. Especially after the hurricanes and things like that. So I don't know what the reasoning for it was, but it's sad. He was a great human being.
They don't seem to be the lousy Pistons team we've seen in previous years.
No.
How tough a game did they give you tonight?
I mean, they've been playing well all year. We played them, I think, last week or something, like a week and a half ago or something. So no different. I think the engine of that. Well, not think. I know the engine of that team is Cade, and the last couple of years he hasn't been healthy for the most part. This year he's been healthy. He's an all-star. And then the front office, put some good pieces around us from shooting. Obviously they got two really good bigs and just players around them. So it's a very tough team. I think they're in the playoffs right now. So very, very tough team, physical team, can shoot it. I mean they're led by Cade, who can do everything.
Is the beauty of the NBA is a night like last night can happen, and then 24 hours later you get the opportunity to just kind of put it in the review.
Yeah, it's the beauty of this league. Things aren't going well, you got to continue to work through it. Things are going the best, you got to stay humble and continue to work. No matter what, you put the work in, you got to continue it and stay focused. Things can change for you like that. So I've been in this league a long time. I've seen it. Obviously with myself and then with other players around. So we're just trying to be as much of a leader as I can and communicate to the guys like. Things aren't going our way. I feel like every loose ball is not going our way. You can't get back in transition. Like it's just everything. But you got to just figure ways to fight through it and get closer and be tighter. And tonight was a good start for us. So we get some rest and we got another one in a couple of days.
So you mentioned recognizing that you had an opportunity to be more aggressive, knowing where you guys have been the last 7 or so games. Was that a bigger point of emphasis? Coming into this game, knowing that you had an opportunity to do what you did?
Our point of emphasis is, transition defense, rebound the basketball, do the small things defensively for the most part. Like offensively, is I can get opportunities every night, but Kawhi come back, we got Norm, Zoo, we got Bogey now, so I got to be a little bit more of a facilitator. But I can be aggressive if you need me to be and do it every single play. So. Tonight was just one of those nights.
Kevin was saying last night in Phoenix how important the crowd was to help encourage a team even when they're struggling. Like, you guys were in this the whole time, but what was it like to come home and that crowd?
Home court advantage, man. Home court advantage. Like I said, we haven't been home in a few weeks, or it feels like it. So just to be back home, felt really good.
Last one. We look at Kyrie's someone who's been to a lot of the game.
Yeah.
You had a chance to talk to him?
I haven't. But I will reach out. It happened yesterday?
I think Sunday.
2 days ago we've been playing, games. So I'm gonna reach out to him. But it's sad. He's been having a hell of a year. You know what I mean? Like he had an opportunity. Obviously, he leads the Mavericks, and just to see something like that, which it didn't look crazy at all. It looked like it's just a hyperextension and. But he's tough. Like he's one of the most tough-minded people I've ever, come across and met and been close to. So I'll reach out to him and send him up some prayers. But I know he'll come back stronger than ever.
Thanks, James. LeBron started the conversation last week just about how the league is covered. You have a big game today. Do you have any thoughts about just how some of the old heads in media coverage and how the NBA is covered in general?
What do you mean?
Like LeBron had the comments last week where he said there's too many people kind of shitting on the game. This is what he said, as opposed to kind of praising the guys.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on that? Anything on how they?
Yeah, I don't really speak on something that I really don't know, in depth detail, and I don't really. Yeah, I'd stay out of it. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Thanks, James.
I guess we were really mad about it. Starting with our leader James, and just seeing him how he prepares for the next game. Even though we had a tough loss, really tough loss, he came in and he was ready and he led us. He got us prepared for this game.
I would imagine a big part of his game was the fact that he was able to rest a little bit, and you kind of handled the ball a lot more. What was it like to, have that bench unit and not have a real traditional point guard, and you kind of facilitating and just allowing him to catch his breath?
As I said, just coming in here and seeing him ready, for sure it gives motivation for rest of the locker room, and especially younger guys. Everybody contributed, but it starts with him, and people. I feel like people underestimate how hard is it to come on back-to-back nights and play and put in minutes and be ready to play, and people think it's a game, but we lose the sleep, we are nervous, we are stressed when we lose, and we have these emotional moments, but when you have such a guy that he's leader by example, it makes the job easier for us.
How do you feel like you've just gotten acclimated? I feel like you've been thrown into multiple different rotations and units and all that. How do you feel like you've just slowly kind of acclimated to everything?
It's basketball in the end of the day, definitely coaching stuff and the players here, they have been helping me a lot with, everything on the floor, timing and place, because it's all about the timing, how you prepare the fakes, how you prepare everything. So we're still adjusting, but we don't have time. So I'm trying to go everything on the flow and learn everything on the flow and try to contribute the winning part.
Are you comfortable? Do you feel more comfortable as each game goes on?
Yeah. Especially with the training stuff and coaches here, we're putting a lot of work. That helps a lot for me. The main thing is to stay healthy, and
amazing around here.
Yeah. I mean, for me personally too. But as I said earlier, they really helped me a lot. Prepare for the game better and just lock in more and more, and just being in this locker room with more vets, it helps a lot.
I don't think you took a single shot in the fourth quarter last night in Phoenix. Like, for you to get those threes back to back and have kind of with the icing, driving and putting the team up 10 in the fourth quarter, just what did that feel like for you?
I was just following the game, just feeling the game and playing with the flow, just go out there and play, nothing else. I should be more aggressive, and I should have taken some shots in Phoenix, especially. I know that I didn't take shot in the fourth quarter and maybe one in third, so I should definitely get myself going and find some shots for myself. But as I said, it's still, we don't have time, but it's still early,
What can you say about your big man Zoo? Had a career night yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Zoo
is working, man. Zoo, I know him since, I don't know him personally, but I follow him since he was 18, 19 in Mega, and that's what all the kids should be inspired, where the work gets you, and he started, and I think everybody kind of didn't have any expectations of him even coming to the NBA or anything, but he took the small steps and just believing in small steps, and that's why he is here right now. Thank you, guys.
So we back. We just heard from Coach. We heard from a couple players there. They're excited. It's kind of like they got the monkey off their back, because they struggled during that road trip, 2-6, to come back home. If anybody ever told you home cooking ain't a real thing, sometimes you need a little home cooking, and they take care of business. What did you think about the energies the guys came out with early, with them knowing they're back at home inside of the Intuit Dome?
I'm gonna tell you what made this whole environment sweet was Barack Obama in attendance.
Oh yeah.
The 44th president was in the building, and it was just crazy. got a standing ovation, and after that, it was literally belt boys the whole way through as the Clippers started to lay that belt. Did they lose the lead a little bit? They did. But did they take advantage of it later on? They did. So we walk out of here with a victory.
I just like the energy that we saw tonight from the jump. It looked like a team that says, hey, we're better than this, what we've been playing, you know. They get this win, they're now 33-29. Oh, when Obama's in the building, you got to show out. That's probably why James went crazy the way that he did, knowing he was going to be here. But it was just a great win, great game for the team as they prepare for Friday night against the New York Knicks. But before we go, player of the game, we might got the same guy. Who is it, B?
Oh, mine's Bogey.
Okay.
I don't necessarily everyone focus on James Harden, but Bogdanovich, short-handed Clippers needed another scorer to help James Harden out, and not only, and you know, Zoo's gonna do what he gotta do, James Harden's gonna do what he got, but we needed somebody else to pick up the slack, and it was Bogey tonight.
Yeah, he was that third guy for sure, playing some really good basketball. I'm gonna go with Uno scoring 5-0. James Harden went crazy. It started off early, and he realized, like you said, we're shorthanded. I have to do something. And I like the fact that he wasn't so worried about getting everybody else touches. He said, I'm going to get mine, went out, balled out, and did his thing versus the tough Detroit Pistons teams. But, hey, we are going to be back with you Friday night. The New York Knicks, who travel well with their fans, they're going to be in here. L.A. versus New York is going to be a great matchup.
I'm going to show you right here. Spike Lee going to be sitting right here. I'm gonna make sure when the Knicks lose, I'm gonna yell, "You stink," and just send him on his way.
And they're hoping they can keep this winning streak going. They got one. Let's make it another one. Michael B. Full Clip Clippers Unleashed. We see you guys Friday.
Let's go.